Welcome back to the program. As we highlighted when we started the show, we do have new guests in our program today from the Taiwan Medical Mission. They will be telling us about really just, introducing the Taiwan Medical Mission, what are the visions and missions of Taiwan Medical Mission, as well as telling us more about, other projects that they do under the Taiwan Medical Mission. We do have Professor Ye with us this morning, who we welcome very warmly to our program. Professor Ye, welcome to the program. How are you?
Okay. Saubona and Johnny. Good morning. Thank you for having us this morning. Yeah. I'm Dr. Ye from Taiwan Medical Mission and currently the chief of the healthcare improvement project in the Taiwan Medical Mission. Yeah, let me introduce our Taiwan Medical Mission first. Start from the history. In 2008, about 15 years ago, Taiwan government sent a team of the medical doctors and nurses here to start the Taiwan Medical Mission in the Kingdom of Eswatini. On the next year, Taiwan Medical Mission was undertook by the Taipei Medical University. That's my mother school. Yeah.
Right.
So let's start from the 2008 till now is almost 15 years. And in 2019, in Taiwan Medical Mission, we also started a 6-year medical education plan called the Healthcare Improvement Project by Dr. Liao Xuechong. Yeah, so that's why we are doing here. Yeah.
Yeah. 15 years is a long time, Doctor.
Yeah.
You've done quite a lot of work, assisting the Kingdom of Eswatini, and of course, tying that to the diplomatic relations that Taiwan has with Eswatini. Personally, I applaud the great work that you have done, as you obviously leading the team, Professor Ye. Thank you so much for the work that you do for Eswatini. I also want to know the visions and missions of the Taiwan Medical Missions. If you've been here for 15 years now, what are the visions and missions? It looks like a long relationship.
Yeah, it's a long way. The goal of the Taiwan Medical Mission is to improving the medical standards and expanding the community service and beneficial to the local people. That's why we are here. So now that we have several parts of mission we are doing. The first part is clinical service. For clinical service, now that we have 7 specialty doctors, including the urology, neurology, neurosurgery, gynecology, and also the emergency and critical care medicine doctors.
Yeah, and what are you doing there? Because I just saw, when you go out there and you work with these people, what are you doing at these schools?
Yeah, that is another part of our clinical service. Under the arrangement of the Taiwan Embassy, we have the medical outreach once to twice a month. Yeah, we went to the remote area of the country. Those places are far from the city and the lack of medical resources. So in that place, we provide free medical service and free medicine. And also we do the cancer screening and also teach the people the health knowledge to keep them being well in the country, over the country. Yeah.
Yeah. And, Doctor, cancer is such a burden in Eswatini, in the health sector as well as economically, because, we always have people from the health sector, telling us about cancer and how much it is an economic burden because of how much expensive it is to treat cancer when it gets to the stage where it has to be treated. Just briefly, on that project where you work with, the community, whereby you are scanning them for screening them really for cancer. How's that going?
Yeah. For cancer, actually we know the cancer is a big problem, not in this country and also in many developed countries.
Right.
But cancer. The most important thing is to prevention and to detect earlier. So that's why we introduced the cancer screening minivan. We cooperate with the National Cancer Control Program. The director Kusile, she provided us the cancer screening minivan for our outreach service. So now that we have cancer screening protocol in our outreach service. Besides that, in our Thai Medical Mission, we also have a cancer project. This cancer project is directed by the Taipei Medical University Branch Hospital, Wanfang Hospital. The main goal is to improve the early diagnosis and also provide the chemotherapy medication. And that project also hire a local oncologist and pathologist for the diagnosis and treatment. I think that if we have time, maybe next program,
episode,
we can
delve
talk more detail.
Cancer.
More detail.
Yeah, you were speaking on the visions and missions of the medical mission, and you touched on the clinical services. And you were speaking about the medical education and accreditation.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me more about the medical accreditation and education.
Yeah, medical education I think is very important and fundamental of the healthcare system.
Yeah.
I'm also a associate professor of neurology in the Taipei Medical University, and I also teach in the schools, medical schools. So I know the importance of medical education in the development of a robust healthcare system. So in the Thai Medical Mission, we start from 2019. Dr. Xie Liao, he conducted a 6-year medical education program. Yeah, that program we do the two main things. One is for the medical education for the medical staff, and the other is to help the Ministry of Health in Eswatini and also help the Eswatini Medical and Dental Council. We together to help establish the medical accreditation system in this country. Yeah, to improve the medical standards.
Yeah, and then obviously there's also another wing that you were touching on, and I caught you there, but I want you to go back to it.
Yeah.
You spoke about the public health projects, and
Yes.
I believe that's touching on the public health threats. Just recently we saw COVID-19 ravaging, the Eswatini and other economies really, but there are also other, public health, projects that you work on, right?
Yeah, actually in the Thai Medical Mission, we have two main projects related to the public health. One is the cancer prevention and control project. I think later on, maybe we can discuss this part more in detail. The other part is parasitology, epidemiology and prevention project in this country. It was directed by the Taipei Medical University Professor Fan. He led a group, I think that he worked here for more than 10 years for study the intestinal parasite, schistosomiasis, and malaria, and other parasites in the country, especially they survey in the primary school children. They found that the intestinal parasite, the prevalence is dropped from the 40% to the 20%, according to his recent report. So I think it's a very, very important health issue, and also means that there's a progress of the health condition and the hygiene condition in this country. Yeah,
very important. And you know, we also just want to appreciate the Taiwan Medical Mission and thank you for the great work and assistance that you sent us and you provided during the COVID-19 pandemic. We really saw the teams that you were sending out really assisting Eswatini for that response.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. In 2020, Taipei Medical University Hospital, we also sent a team consist of specialists, infection specialists, pulmonary medicine, and also nurses and respiratory therapists to here to help establish the infection control system and also help to manage the critical care for the COVID patient during the COVID pandemic area.
Yeah.
I think this means we have a great relationship between the two countries.
The two countries, indeed. Now, Professor, you know, it is a known fact that every economy cannot survive if there's a vacuum between, you know, medical education.
Yeah.
It is very critical.
Yeah.
We do know that you do provide medical education under the Taiwan Medical Mission. Talk to me about this development.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the healthcare improvement project, medical education part in the Taiwan Medical Mission. I think we have four main part of work.
Yeah.
The first part is we do the internship training, clinical training. We have the internship clinical training and also the regular case conference and seminar for the internship. And the second part, we have specialty topic workshop. This part workshop, I think in recent 1 year, we have more than a dozen of workshop is held on in this country, including several topics, including the epilepsy workshop, autism workshop, and the POCUS ultrasound workshop, and the gynecology surgical camp, and also the neonatal resuscitation program. We have provided many opportunities for the medical staff to have the chance to learning. And we also have hold a bigger event like a conference. So we this year we have organized 3 big conference. We call it Taiwan Eswatini Healthcare Improvement Conference, THCI TESIC Conference. This conference we also invite Taiwan doctor to join online to share the experience about some important topic, including the urological disorder, neurological disorder, communicable disease. Those are very important health issue in this country. I think also in many countries, also in some problem might be we also see in Taiwan. So that's a great opportunity to cross talk to each other and share the experience with each other. And the fourth part is we share our Taiwan experience to help the Ministry of Health and the Eswatini Medical and Dental Council to establish the medical accreditation system, including the Eswatini license examination and OSCE examination, and help to developing the CPD, the clinical professional development medical education part. So that's what we are doing for the medical education project in here.
Yeah, I think that's very lovely, and also just what you're mentioning, the cross-pollination of information between the two countries is going to be very critical. And Doctor, we do have someone who graduated under the mission, you know, under the education program that you have, Dr. Mkonda, who is going to follow you right now and share a bit of, you know, a testimonial really of what was it like, you know, being under that program and, you know, just working with you guys. Because now Eswatini is proud to have him as a decorated doctor who is assisting a lot of our sick patients. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Professor Ye with the Taiwan Medical Mission, just, you know, giving us a brief highlight of the work that they do as the medical mission. We do have Dr. Mkonda, who follows him right now after the ad break, who graduated under the education program under the Taiwan Medical Mission. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one.
Eswatini lifestyle is all about inspiration, drive, and swag. Eswatini Lifestyle is informative and fun while covering all aspects of life, be it people, places, and trends in the kingdom of Eswatini. We got you covered. The focus is on the quality of life. Eswatini Lifestyle will spark your interest. Catch Eswatini Lifestyle every Friday at 7:30 p.m. on Eswatini TV, Sibugo Semaswati.
All right, we just had Professor Ye Losipe highlight yemisebenzi lendiwa Taiwan Medical Mission lapha even kuthuthukisa tetempilo vetile ke ukuthi they do have a sector lapho khona noma singathi nje a program hlelo lapho khona abafundzisa khona emaswati ekutheni nanawo akhone ukuthi just in any case kudawudzinga ukuthi bajike babuyele eTaiwan sitawuchubeka sibe nabo abantu abatawukhona kusipha lolo sito lolo sinaye Dr. Begumusa Mkhonda, also known as Buhle, who joins us. He graduated from a program yaka Taiwan Medical Mission. Mr. Mkhonda, sikwamukele ehlelweni namhla kuseni.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Mr. Mkhonda, it's such a beautiful thing kubona Professor Ye aphuma proud aveta lo ukuthi kutawulandzela someone who graduated under their program, who is a doctor today. First, for me, I think it's congratulating you on finishing whatever program it is that you were under and becoming a doctor. Losasite ma patients ethu lapha Gangwadi. Kungaba nje kusipha your experience under the Taiwan Medical Mission as a student to graduating.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Nami ngaba kusho ukuthi I find myself one of the most privileged young person in the country to actually have been a benefactor of this program. Just a brief introduction. This program started in 2013 through the cooperation between the Taiwan government and the government of Eswatini, where they were in a program to train medical graduates for the country due to the fact that we have had a shortage of local doctors. So it started in 2013 and has been running until the previous year, whereby in total they have trained about 88 medical doctors who are from this country, and most of which are now back and are practicing in the local hospitals, providing medical assistance to Maswati. And that is all due to these diplomatic relations that the country has with Taiwan. Yeah. So I was among the first group who went to Taiwan under this program. We studied, we were 10 in that group, and from 2013 and we graduated in 2017. We came back into the country, did our internship, and then I went to work with RFM for about 2 years, and then finally I joined the Taiwan Medical Mission in October last year.
So you've been practicing for 6 years now, we could say?
It's been roughly 6 years now.
6 years.
Yeah.
And how has that experience been like, practicing now?
The experience has been fulfilling in my heart, because for me, being a medical doctor actually is not just a career, but I take it as a calling. I like serving people, especially those who appear sick and vulnerable. And I think part of the training that I got in Taiwan, it was cemented in my heart that you have to have the compassion when caring for people. Yeah. So helping the sick person, especially my sick fellow countrymen, it's one fulfilling experience that makes me, every time I go back home, that no, I did something, I changed at least one life at a time.
In any case, I do get sick. I want to get that assistance from you, just to go out there and be proud. I would say someone that I've interviewed, and it's someone who got that assistance from the Taiwan Medical Mission, which we are very proud of and thankful for. Mr. Mkhonda, obviously there are challenges. What are some of those challenges that you've seen, particularly, within our sector, really?
All right. Challenges are always there in almost every part of life, but I wanted to highlight the positive aspect first. Like I stated earlier on, through the cooperation between Eswatini and Taiwan, about 88 medical graduates have been trained, and the Taiwanese government, through the Taiwan Medical Mission, they have been actually supportive to medical education in the country. Let me just highlight a few. They have been assisting our medical interns. When you graduate from Taiwan and you come back, they've been assisting them with training during their internship, and they've also been assisting even local doctors by conducting different kinds of workshops and symposium to actually empower us with cutting-edge information and technology so that we give the best of care and evidence-based medicine to our patients. And finally, I believe in the future they are also planning to actually train more specialists that are from this country. And that would actually bring a very good impact in our healthcare
that's
system.
a development that I would really love to see happening myself. You know, obviously appreciating everything that's been done. It's been, you know, if we're talking about 2008 to 2023, that's a very long time. I was in primary school myself. I would have never imagined I would be in a professional career by that time. So it just gets to show the amount of work that the Taiwan Medical Mission is doing. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hopefully we will have you guys again next week and talk about other development projects that you keep doing in the country.
Most definitely. Thank you, sir, for hosting us.
Dr. Mkonda, he graduated under the education program under the Taiwan Medical Mission. Very proud graduate. You heard it from himself speaking eloquently about the work that the Taiwan Medical Mission does for Eswatini. We appreciate them as Eswatini. Let's go for a quick ad break. We'll return with the program.